Glory and honor and power and blessing be to the Father Yahweh, who dwells on his throne in the third heaven, according to the scriptures. And he has a kingdom in the third heaven, far above the earth, far above anything that man could see. He also is going to establish his kingdom through Messiah, his blessed Son, whose blood is the blood of the covenant, to bring his chosen ones back to himself. Glory and honor and power and blessing to Father Yahweh and to the Lamb, Messiah Yahweh Shai, the Lion of the tribe of Judah. Blessing and greetings to the 12 tribes, according to the word of the Most High, scattered into the four corners of the earth by slavery, and who are now awakening to who they are, how they got here, and how they're going to get out, according to the word of the Father. Glory and honor to the 144,000 who are the forerunners to prepare the earth and the people to meet Messiah as a king. Glory and honor and blessing and greetings to the Gentiles who have received this truth of the perfect righteousness of the Father, receiving it through the line of the tribe of Judah. And part of that is to acknowledge who the true people of Yah by blood are. Blessings to the Gentiles who are now grafted in as our brothers and sisters. Blessings and greetings to you. Blessings and greetings to the chat. Just visiting, listen to your body, Sister Daniels, Sister Heavenly Garden, Brother Iman Prakash and his beautiful family, Stephen Kelly, David Harriet and his beautiful family, April Buck, Brother Akmar, Brother Gary Joseph, my brother, Chaplain Lewis, Superstar and his wife and family, Yashaya, Brother Naviska and his wife and family, Isha Shama and her husband. Praise the Most High. GD, glory and honor, blessing to all of y'all in the name of the Father Yahweh and the Son Messiah Yahweh Shai. To all the time, actually, because I never know what I'm going to say. So I always list my videos as not for children. I always say not for children. I check that box. Some people have come back to me once in a while. Someone say, my son was listening to what you say. I don't like what you said. And I say, you should check, because I always say not for children. Not for children. Today is especially, can you all hear me? It says sound check. Can you all hear me? Testing 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Testing 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Okay, good. Today is especially not for children. It's a more than usual serious theme. It's for parents though, and for adults that want to watch out for children. It's for that. Okay. When we look at, there's things in the Bible that Father Yah gives us. There are commands. That is the covenant. Those are commands. They're called the 10 commandments. They are the commands from the Father that represent his character. And obedience to them brings the obedient person close to the Father. There is also statutes. Statutes are not commands, and there's judgments. These are things that are done in the course of life that were made almost like something that was done to illustrate how the commands are supposed to work. Okay, so there's commandments, there's statutes, there's judgments. So the statutes and judgments, and the commands actually, but the statutes and judgments even more so, are principles. Many people take them so literally, like, for example, the wearing of a beard, they take it as a command. That's an example. They take it as a command. The Bible never commands a person. That's the thing you have to remember. It never says, thou must wear a beard. It shows people wearing beards. It shows people taking pride in their beards or being ashamed if they get them cut off. But that's not a command to wear a beard. Okay? All right? Then, for example, there are statutes. For example, the new moon is a statute. Israel got together on the first day of the month to celebrate the new month. That was the new moon. Okay, that's not a command, but that's a statute while you're in the land. You can't celebrate the new moon out of the land. And that's why part of the promises of the Most High is when we're in the kingdom, we're going to keep the Sabbaths and the new moon. The Sabbath is a command given from Adam in the covenant, okay? But the new moon is a statute. That means you keep it when you're in the country, when you're in the land, okay? But there are principles involved. That's the most important thing for us to get here. There are principles involved when the Most High is teaching us. So today, I'm going to do opposite of what we usually do. I'm going to start off in Deuteronomy 21. I want to read the first part of Deuteronomy because we're going to talk about the principle of innocent blood. Okay? The principle of innocent blood. All right? So let's take a look first in Deuteronomy chapter 21. Deuteronomy chapter 21. You see, people will ask, what does the Bible say about this? And what does the Bible say about that? And one thing people don't like to hear, they call it, and y'all have heard this before. When somebody tells you about the judgments coming upon the earth, they'll call you what? Fire and brimstone preacher. You're a teacher if you're preaching fear and you're preaching fire and brimstone. Have you ever heard that? I've had many people tell me that, particularly children of the effect. They'll come to me and say, you're preaching fear. And all I'm teaching is what's in the word. Okay. And this is the thing also. Here's another principle, brethren, as we're going to Deuteronomy 21. Not everybody. First of all, the word is not for everybody. The word is for those that want to serve Yah. And the promises of that word is not for everybody. The promises are for the servants of Yah. And Yah will show his servants, as it says in Revelation chapter 1, verse 1. Y'all know the verse. The revelation of Messiah Yahushua. Let me say for those that don't know his name. See, I use the name. I'm reading the King James Bible, but I use the real name of Messiah. His real name is not to me. It's not Yeshua. It's definitely not Jesus or Jesus. His real name is Yahushua. Some people say Yeshaya, and I could get with Yeshaya mostly because Yeshaya means Yah is the savior, or Yah will save. That makes sense too. Yeshua is, no, I don't go with that. But I use Yahushua because I looked and studied it myself for my own conviction, which I'm also telling you to do. Study it for your own conviction. And then I noticed that Joshua in the Old Testament is a sign of Messiah. Remember, Joshua was chosen to lead the children of Israel after Moses died in Deuteronomy. Joshua was ordained, and you're going to see that here too, to go forward into the promised land with the people. And his name was Hawashai. That was his original name, Hawashai. And Moses, by prophetic utterance, named him Yahweh. Okay. And so that's where I got it. See, so Hosea, the book of Hosea, that was Joshua's original name, Hosea, which is pronounced Hawashai. But the Bible says when they got ready to choose the 12 spies to go into the land, Moses said no. He named Joshua, he named him. He said no. But Moses named Hosea. He said Yahweh. And that's when I said, okay, he's a sign of the Messiah. They got the same name for a reason, right? So that's why I got it. But I don't know why I brought that up. But anyway, yeah, in Revelation chapter 1, verse 1, I'm going to tell you how it says exactly in the King James, just in case somebody gets confused by using their real name. Now, I cannot say the name God for my Father. I just can't do it. He's Yah. And Yah short for Yahweh to me. I can't use the name God because that's not him. God could be, it could be this glass. God could be a piece of tree. God could be a brick. And we've seen people use that all as gods, but there's only one Yah. Okay. There's only one of those. Okay. Yeah. Look it up, Angry Bitches, in the Hebrew. When you look up Hosea, there's a book called Hosea, and you look up Numbers where I think it's Numbers 12 or 14, where they chose the 12 spies. You'll see they list Joshua. Even some of the New Testament, they say O'Shea in the New Testament. That's the Greek way of saying it, but it's Hawashai when you look it up in the Hebrew. Okay, in your concordance. Okay, and that is Hawashai, and then it'll tell you. It'll say Moses named him Yahweh. Yeah, so Moses changed his name. But Revelation 1, verse 1, the revelation of Jesus Christ, which Yah gave unto him to show unto his servants things that must shortly come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John, who bear record of the word of Yahweh and of all the things which he saw. Now that gives you the whole shooting match right there. So the Father gave Messiah a revelation of Messiah. My Father was revealing something to Messiah that he may not have known about himself or of himself. And again, let me test you. What is it that Messiah said was something he didn't even know, but his Father knew? Talk to me now. There was something Messiah said, no man knows, not even the Son, but only the Father. What was it that Messiah said what only the Father knew that he didn't even know? That's right. It was the return of the Messiah. So the book of Revelation reveals the return of Messiah. We studied it, and it does. It reveals the return of the Messiah. Okay, the book of Revelation does. You need the Old Testament prophets to understand it. If you don't read the whole Old Testament, you won't get it. But the return of Messiah is what Father was revealing to Messiah. And what did he say? His servants. Not for everybody. Not for everybody. Only the people that the Father names as his servants. Okay. And then later in the book, we hear in Revelation chapter 7, in the 4 angels, the angel with the seal in his hand said, hold the winds till we have sealed who? The servants of our Most High in their foreheads. So now it's telling you who the servants are. And I heard the number of them which were sealed. And there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. So according to the book of Revelation, the servants he's talking about are the Israelite people by blood. That's why it's important. That's why the converted Gentiles to this truth acknowledge that, who the true Hebrews are by blood. That's why it's important. Okay? Because the book of Revelation was written for them. And that's not just the book of Revelation, but all prophecy is written for the servants. Okay? The revelation of Jesus Christ, which Yah gave unto him to show unto his servants. Okay? So it's not for everybody. It's for the servants. Now, if you have a desire in your heart to be a servant, you can be, if it's in your heart. If you have a desire in your spirit, and this is what it means to be a servant. That means, y'all, some of you already know what I'm about to say. Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 and 6. Trust in Yahweh with all thy heart. Trust in Yahweh with all thy heart. And lean not to thine own understanding. In all thy ways, acknowledge him, and he will direct thy paths. Be not wise in thine own eyes. Fear Yahweh and depart from evil. That means to be a servant. Your object and aim and goal is like the Messiah's object, aim, and goal. And what was the Messiah's object, aim, and goal? He said, I don't do anything of myself. What I see my Father do, that's what I do. I don't speak anything of myself. I speak those things which I have heard of my Father. And then in John 17, he said, I have glorified thy name on the earth. I have glorified thy name on the earth. That is the object of a servant. A servant's goal is one, to glorify Father Yah. It's very simple, isn't it? Very simple, not complicated. That's the object. To glorify Father Yah. And we know the best way to glorify him is just was said in Proverbs, acknowledging him in everything you do, leaning upon him, trusting in him, which means trusting in his word, obedience to him. You want to glorify him? Obey him. Obey him. That's how you glorify him. Obey him. Okay? Praise the Most High. Deuteronomy chapter 21. We're gonna start there. I'm going to read from verse 1 down to verse 9. Deuteronomy chapter 21 from verse 1 to 9. Again, as usual, I'm going to show you things in the word that if you raised in the Christian culture, you would never see nor understand. And this Deuteronomy 21 has more than one principle like that, but we're going to start with this most important one, or the first one right here. Deuteronomy chapter 21 from verses 1 to 9. If one be found slain in the land, which Yahweh thy most high giveth thee to possess it, lying in the field, and it be not known who have slain him, then thy elders and thy judges shall come forth, and shall measure unto the cities which are round about him that is slain. And it shall be that the city which is next unto the slain man, even the elders of that city shall take an heifer, which have not been wrought with, and which have not drawn the yoke. And the elders of that city shall bring down the heifer unto a rough valley, which is neither eared nor sown, and shall strike off the heifer's neck there in the valley. And the priests, the sons of Levi, shall come near. For them Yahweh thy most high hath chosen to minister unto him, and to bless the name of Yahweh. By their word shall every controversy and every stroke be tried. And all the elders of that city that are next unto the slain man shall wash their hands over the heifer that is beheaded in the valley. And they shall answer and say, our hands have not shed this blood, neither have our eyes seen it. Be merciful, O Yahweh, unto thy people Israel, whom thou hast redeemed, and lay not innocent blood unto thy people of Israel's charge. And the blood shall be forgiven them. So shalt thou put away the guilt of innocent blood from among you, when thou shalt do that which is right in the sight of Yahweh. So let's go back over this. So a dead person is in the field. Nobody knows who killed the person. The first thing they do before they investigate the murder is make sure that they are not guilty of the innocent blood. So they measure the closest city to the dead body, and they bring the Levites out, and they take an innocent heifer, and heifer is a female cow. I don't know why the Most High uses a heifer. I really don't. And neither do I want to guess. And y'all know me by now. If I don't know someone, I'm going to tell you I don't know. I don't know why he chose a heifer, a female pure animal. He said that the heifer shall not have had a yoke on it, have not been worked. It's an unworked heifer. It's a pure heifer. And they're going to behead the heifer. And the blood of the heifer cleanses them from the innocent blood that was killed there. And they wash their hands over the heifer, and they confess that they are not guilty of this innocent blood, that they had nothing to do with it. And the Most High will take that blood and not charge them with that blood, with the innocent blood. The principle here is the shedding of innocent blood. That's the principle. See, it says here, verse 8, be merciful, O Yahweh, unto thy people Israel, whom thou hast redeemed, and lay not innocent blood unto thy people of Israel's charge, and the blood shall be forgiven them. So shalt thou put away the guilt of innocent blood from among you, when thou shalt do that which is right in the sight of Yahweh. So they were doing this to put away the guilt or being guilty of innocent blood. Okay, that is killing someone that didn't deserve to die. Now, Leviticus chapter 20. Leviticus chapter 20, another Moses witness. Leviticus chapter 20. I'm going to begin at verse 1. I'm going to start from verse 1, and I'm going to go down to verse 8. Leviticus chapter 20, from verse 1 to verse 8. And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, again, thou shalt say unto the children of Israel, his servants, whosoever he be of the children of Israel, or of the strangers, Gentiles, that sojourn in Israel, that giveth any of his seed unto Molech, he shall surely be put to death. The people of the land shall stone him with stones. I will set my face against that man and will cut him off from among his people, because he hath given his seed unto Molech to defile my sanctuary and to profane my holy name. And if the children of the land, if the people of the land do in any wise hide their eyes from the man when he giveth his seed unto Molech and kill him not, then I will set my face against that man and against his family and will cut him off and all that go a whoring after him to commit whoredom with Molech from among their people. And the soul that turneth after such as have familiar spirits, and after wizards, to go a whoring after them, I will even set my face against that soul and will cut him off from among his people. Sanctify yourselves, therefore, and be ye holy, for I am Yahweh, your most high. Ye shall keep my statutes and do them. I am Yahweh, which sanctify you. Yes. So the Bible is telling us that people used to sacrifice their children to a god called Molech, so that when people are sacrificing innocent children, they're doing Molech. Yes, it's the god of child sacrifice, correct? And so they used to sacrifice to this god innocent children. In other words, they killed innocent children. You know, just today. Every day, you guys who listen to me on the Nick's channel, you hear me say curses upon the perpetrators, right? And the perverts and the profiteers who traffic in children and in human misery. Just today. I got a whole playlist. Yeah, double curses. I got a whole playlist in my YouTube channel about sex trafficking. I'm very convicted about that because, like I said, somebody tried to snatch each of my daughters at different times. And so it awakened me to this situation, and I've been on it ever since. Yeah. So just today, there was a group of people. They were mostly ex-military, and some of them are police officers or ex-police officers, not current police officers. And they all volunteer. Now, what they do, what these ex-military people and these ex-police officers do is their job usually is to find people that are wanted. You know, they bring in, they're like mercenaries. They travel around the country and often around the world looking for wanted criminals. Okay. And so they get rewards for doing that, bringing them in. So this part, though, they do for free. That is, they try to find sex trafficked or human trafficked kids and free them. Some of them have been snatched as kids and raised in that world and become adults in that world. That's where you get a lot of your pornographic material from. You see, brethren, let me put it this way. I can't say used to be because I ain't teach you that way, but I am a repentant addict of porn. I used to watch porn. It's been a long time, praise the Most High, but it's been way more than 20 years. But I used to watch porn. I'm a recovering porn addict, yes. And one of the things that helped me recover from porn, the Most High used to help me recover from porn, is a couple of pieces of understanding that helped me. What helped me, number one, is to understand that the women in those videos were acting. They didn't really like what was happening to them. But for the video, they were either forced or made to act as if they liked it. And they didn't really like it. Number two, which is just as important, I began to understand that the people that do that are degrading themselves. They're degrading sex. They're degrading the woman. And the man is degrading himself. They're making something that's supposed to be private and intimate as well as passionate, open and cheap. And when I realized that, it helped me turn away from it by the grace of the Most High. In fact, I literally felt a spirit fly off of me. And I realized that the people that also came to after they tried to snatch my two daughters at different times, the Most High protected my children because I was praying for that. But after that, I also realized what they do is they snatch them as children and or teenagers if they can, and they rape them. Like they'll have one girl testified she got trafficked, she got sold when she was in high school, and she thought it was a boyfriend and she trusted him, blah blah blah. But after he did it, after he had her have sex with another man, he videotaped it and threatened to show it to her parents if she didn't do exactly what he said. And it ended up getting worse to the point where one night at midnight he called her up while she was sleeping in her parents' house in the bed at 16, called her up and told her to meet him at a certain house, which was in the same neighborhood, just show you how close it is to all of us. And she went to the house, and they brought her to the basement, and there was 100 men there, and they all raped her. She said she thought she was going to die. 100 men, she said, was down there, and they all raped her. They do that to desensitize you. See? So she was desensitized to what's happening. So now they can put her in videos, put her in. So now she was 15, 16. By the time she's 26, she's used to it. And you see her in the video and you think she's enjoying it. And you don't know how it all started. See? And people don't know where their children are, where their daughters are, where their sons are. And then their minds get all messed up and they don't even want to come home because they're ashamed. See? And this is part of the sacrifice of innocence. Not only that, the obvious one is abortion, isn't it? Now, I don't go with the anti-abortion political tribe, and I'll tell you why. The people that are anti-abortion are mostly Caucasian people that are concerned with their children being aborted. They're not concerned with brown people being aborted. They aren't. They don't care about that. They care. They once in a while will use one as a token to try to get everybody on board with their game. But they really don't care about that. They care about the Caucasian children that are being aborted. That's why you see most of these abortion clinics are in poor neighborhoods. They make it available in poor neighborhoods. They don't make it available in rich neighborhoods like that. Okay? They don't care about black women killing their babies, Spanish women killing their babies. No, they care about white women killing their babies because their birth rates are shrinking. And so they're desperate to make sure that their people don't kill their own babies because their birth rates are shrinking. Their fertility rates are low. Okay. Worldwide, the lowest fertility rates are among the children of your fed. That's a fact. I'm not even guessing there. Again, if you want the videos, I got a whole playlist called White Decline. And I can show you all of the videos from their own scientists telling them we're killing ourselves off. They got the lowest birth rates in the world. Okay. And some of them birth rates are so low that they'll mix with anybody. That's why you're starting to see more and more of the mixed race couples. They're promoting it on the TV. Why? Because the children of your fed, the scientists understand they're losing in terms of fertility rate. They're losing and they can't do anything about it. So some of them, listen, let's mate with some of the people that ain't losing. And most of them are brown that ain't losing. Okay. So they'll mate with the brown to try to save themselves. That's the only way they can save themselves. Okay. That's right. So now that's why I'm not with the political bent, but abortion is murder. You're killing an innocent. You're killing a child. Okay. And they're out here telling you, they try to dress it up and they'll say it's a woman's right to choose. Now, let me ask you something. When you read the Bible, does the Bible say that? Does it say when a woman is born, it's her right to sacrifice that child or not? Or did we just read, if you sacrifice your child unto Molech, you curse? Didn't we just read that? And now this is the thing. Let me say something that's going to hurt some people, but I'm not trying to hurt nobody. Y'all know me by the grace of the Father. Y'all, I'm just trying to speak the truth because the truth makes us free from sin. Let me say something here. Father don't care that the Gentiles do it. That's on them. Matter of fact, he'll tell you, he's saying the word, don't do as the men of this land do. And he was talking about Hamitic people when they first got the land. He said, don't do like them. That's them. Don't you do it. And here, even we just read, he said at verse 2 of Leviticus chapter 20, again, thou shalt say to the children of Israel. He didn't say promote this to the earth. He said, thou shalt say to the children of Israel, whosoever he be of the children of Israel, or the strangers that sojourn among them, because the strangers are the grafted in brothers and sisters, and y'all treated just like the bloodline. So he said, you who are the bloodline and you grafted into the bloodline, this is for y'all. This is only for y'all. Let me tell you why that's important. We talk about the mark of the beast. We talk about the 666, the beast, the dragon, and the false prophet. You know why the mark of the beast is a final thing to the Most High? Why he said, whoever receives the mark of the beast is going to receive my wrath? Because it doesn't matter if it's the Gentiles. It matters if you're telling the bloodline to do it. That's when he steps up. See, when all them people was out there with Nebuchadnezzar in Daniel chapter 3, and they were bowing to that statue, the rest of the people there, let them bow. But them Hebrews, they said, not us. And they didn't bow. And the Most High sent Messiah to deliver them from the fire, because he wasn't going to let his children be involved with that. He was going to stand up for his principle, you understand? See? So that's where it starts to get real to Father Yah. People don't want to hear that, but that's the truth. That's where it starts to get real. You start killing the Hebrew bloodline, even if they don't even know their Hebrew bloodline. You start killing the bloodline. You start forcing the bloodline into these things. And brethren, that's what they're doing. You just cursed your whole nation. You just cursed your whole nation. That's why Jeremiah chapter 30, please read your Bible. See, to people that don't read their Bible, what I'm saying right now sounds like what? They're going to tell you hate speech. They're going to tell you what this man is crazy. I'm preaching fire and brimstone. I ain't doing nothing but reading this here. I want to serve my Father. That's all I want to do. I'm not. Hey, listen, did I ask y'all for any money? Did I say I need y'all to give me money to support this ministry? Did I? You know, I don't mind when I'm doing the Knicks channel. I don't mind people giving money on the Knicks channel. That's business. You know what I'm saying? That's my business right there. So you could give money on the Knicks channel. Even there, though, I never asked nobody for no money. And for sure, I don't want you giving me no money here unless the Most High says to you, you got to give this man money. I can't go against your conviction. If you tell me, brother, I'm convicted, I can't go against you. But I'm telling you, I don't want your money. Because you know what? I don't want money to be involved here. I don't want money to be involved. So I'm not asking you for no money. I don't care about your money. I'm not building no building for no church. You understand? I don't care about that. So I have no agenda but to serve the Father. That's the only agenda I got. Okay? So I don't care. If you want to know where I'm getting it from, I'm getting it from right here. That's it. That's where I'm getting it from. Okay? Period. That's right. You'll never hear me say on this channel, please like and subscribe. And I'm not downing people that do that. I mean, they trying to grow their channel. I try to help brothers grow their channel if they want me to, for free. I will go on somebody else's channel and be there for them. If I feel like, I like the brother, honestly, and I'll be there and help them. But I don't want nobody to, I don't say, you know what? And somebody said, well, I'm not going to come to your channel. I said, so get out here then. Don't come back. Some brothers tell me I get too rough like that, but I don't care. Don't act like I need you. I don't need you. I don't like your channel. Well, get the hell out of here then. Why you keep this one brother keep coming back? I don't like your channel. Well, if you don't like it so much, why you keep coming back here? Go. Don't come back. I'll be having fun with it sometimes. I'll be honest with you. Because people act like, I need you. I need the Father Yah. I need him. And I need the people that belong to him. Yes, I'm with the brothers and sisters that belong to the Father Yah. I'm with that. But don't come to me acting like, you doing me a favor by coming on my channel. Oh, no. Go. Just leave. Don't come back. But look here. Jeremiah chapter 30. Notice this. Now, I only really want verses 10 and 11, but it's so tight that I got to read from 1 to 11. That's why this is so tight. Okay. So you'll notice these words from Jeremiah chapter 30 from verses 1 to 11 is only for the children of Israel, That's it. Okay. And so I want to show you what he says about the children of Israel. Watch this. According to the principle we've been talking about. beginning at verse 1, going down to verse 11. The word that came to Jeremiah from Yahweh, saying, thus speaketh Yahweh Most High of Israel, saying, write thee all the words that I have spoken unto thee in a book. For lo, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel and Judah, saith Yahweh, and I will cause them to return to the land that I gave to their fathers, and they shall possess it. And these are the words that Yahweh spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. For thus saith Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. For it shall come to pass in that day, saith Yahweh of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck, and will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him. But they shall serve Yahweh their Most High, and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them. Now I want you to understand, he's talking always about the bloodline and those that are among the bloodline. Always. See, you must remember that. So the bloodline and those among the bloodline. Now it also must be remembered that those among the bloodline who are not Hebrews by blood, but want to be with the Hebrews, must acknowledge who the Hebrews are. Does that make sense, brethren? You can't be among a group of people unless you understand who you among, right? So you can't accidentally come among them and stumble in and say, oh, well, I don't think I'm in the right place. No, these are the Hebrews. So that if somebody was to ask you, who are these people? These are the bloodline Hebrews, especially today, you Gentiles know. I ain't got to tell you twice, but I just want to tell some of your cousins that may be thinking about it. You want to be among the Hebrews, you must acknowledge who the true Hebrews are. And then you become part of the Hebrew family through the line of the tribe of Judah. Okay? Okay? I'm not one of those that try to say, well, this is all white people are Esau. No, not all of them are Esau. Esau is only the Ashkenazis. All Caucasian people are children of Japhet, but Esau is only the Ashkenazis. Y'all need to understand there's a differentiation there. Okay? That's Esau. Okay, but the children of Japhet, and even the Bible tells us the children of the Ashkenazis, the Edomites, if they come to the truth and acknowledge who the true Hebrews are, they can come among us. The Father's willing. They can come among us. No problem. Okay? It's not about the color of the skin, you know. It's about who your bloodline is, who your father is. Acknowledging the truth. That's really what it's about. Are you acknowledging the truth? It just so happens, as the Bible predicts, that the children of Japhet will be ruling this earth right before its destruction. And that's where we at. So the rulership of the children of Japhet has spoiled the children of Japhet and messed their minds up so that they think they're their own gods. And they're wrong. And they're about to be found out. Jeremiah chapter 30, notice what it says here. Verse 10, therefore fear thou not my servant Jacob, saith Yahweh, neither be dismayed, O Israel, for lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity. Notice he's talking about Jacob now, and he says, Jacob shall return, and shall be in rest, and be quiet, and none shall make him afraid. Now watch verse 11. For I am with thee, saith Yahweh, to save thee. Though I make a full end, that means complete destruction, of all nations whither I have scattered thee, yet will I not make a full end of thee. But I will correct thee in measure and will not leave thee altogether unpunished. So all of the nations that we've been scattered into are going to be destroyed. All of them. And the only ones left of those nations are the Israelite bloodline that come to this truth and the Gentiles that come with them. Again, let's take a look. Zechariah chapter 8. Zechariah chapter 8. Zechariah chapter 8. Please read your Bible. I know some people say, this brother, man, he's going all through the Bible. You're going to do it too. Some of y'all are called to teach. The Most High will tap you. You're going to need some experience, though. You're going to need to, a couple of times through, read this book. Don't just come out, reading a few chapters and think you're supposed to teach. Read this book through a couple of times, 2-3 times. Okay, 2-3 times. Just as an example, this is my 20th time reading it. From Genesis to Revelation, my 20th time. Okay, so read it through before you become a teacher. But the Most High is calling some of y'all by his spirit to teach. And I'm out here telling you to be prepared, okay? Zechariah chapter 8. Zechariah chapter 8 from verse 20. Zechariah 8 from verse 20 down to verse 23. Zechariah chapter 8 from verse 20 down to verse 23. Notice what it says. Zechariah 8, 20 to 23. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, it shall yet come to pass that there shall come people and inhabitants of many cities, and the inhabitant of one city shall go to another, saying, let us speedily pray before Yahweh, to seek Yahweh of hosts. I will go also. Yea, many people and strong nations shall come to seek Yahweh of hosts in Jerusalem, and to pray before Yahweh. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, in those days it shall come to pass that 10 men shall take hold out of all languages of the nations, that is the Gentiles, even take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew, saying, we will go with you, for we have heard that the Most High is with you. See, there you go. We will go with you, for we have heard the Most High is with you. Yeah, that's how you come to the truth from the Gentile world. See, that's how you come to the truth. That's how you do it. We will go with you, for we have heard that the Most High is with you. That's the truth, isn't it? Praise the Most High. See? So the killing, well, let me give you one more though. Mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, right? So we did Jeremiah, right? Here goes Micah. Here go Micah. We did Zechariah. Here go Micah. Micah chapter 4. Micah, M-I-C-A-H. Micah. Micaiah actually is his name. Micaiah. Oh yes, Joel too. Oh yeah. But Micaiah or Micah chapter 4. Micah chapter 4. Micah chapter 4, 1 through 7. Micah chapter 4, 1 through 7. It's in Joel, it's in Isaiah, it's in Zechariah. You see what I'm saying? There's 40 witnesses. All we need is 2 or 3, right? Micah chapter 4 from verses 1 through 7. But in the last days it shall come to pass that the mountain of the house of Yahweh shall be established in the top of the mountains, and it shall be exalted above the hills, and people shall flow into it. And many nations shall come and say, come and let us go to the mountain of Yahweh and to the house of the Most High of Jacob. He will teach us of his ways. We will walk in his paths. For the law shall go forth out of Zion, and the mount of Yahweh from Jerusalem. And he shall judge among many people and rebuke strong nations afar off. And they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up a sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. But they shall sit every man under his vine, under his fig tree. None shall make them afraid, for the mouth of Yahweh of hosts has spoken it. For all people will walk every one in the name of his God, and we will walk in the name of Yahweh, our Most High, forever and ever. In that day, saith Yahweh, I will assemble her that halteth, and I will gather her that is driven out, and her that I have afflicted. And I will make her that halted a remnant, and her that was cast off a strong nation. Yahweh shall reign over them in Mount Zion from henceforth, even forever. Praise the Most High. See? So the nations are guilty of the innocent blood. But the thing that triggers Father Yah is the blood of his servants. The thing that triggers Father Yah is when you start talking about the bloodline of his chosen friend Abraham, his friend Isaac, and his friend Yashar. When you start messing with them, which you have been doing, you're going to have a problem. And that's why all nations that have the sex traffic going on, all nations that have the pornography and the child pornography going on, all nations that are guilty of the innocent blood are going to be destroyed. They're going to be annihilated. And everyone that supports these foolish and evil things are going to be destroyed, are going to be annihilated, are going to cease to exist. As well they should. As well they should. Okay? As well they should. So, brethren, let us remember these things. And that's why, brother, again, I'm telling you to repeat them. Please read your Bible, because that's going to show you what you need to know to stay faithful to your Heavenly Father. Because the object, again, of the servants of Yah is to glorify the Father. That's the object. Glorify your heavenly Father. Okay, that's the principle here. And the innocent blood, we don't want no part of innocent blood, brethren. Okay, we don't want no part of innocent blood. Okay, and however your conscience reveals, I'll be honest with you now. It's been bothering me for a long time. I want to say about 30 years. And I vote a lot. I vote in the presidential election. I will not, because it's personal, so don't ask me who I vote for. But I will tell you, I will reveal this to you. The first time I ever did and ever will vote for a Democrat was Barack Obama. And I'm going to be honest, it's because he was black. I wanted to see a black man walk into the White House. I just wanted to see it, especially Michelle. I wanted to see them two walk in the White House. I did not like their policies. I didn't. But I won't be honest with you. I voted for them because I wanted to see them right. Afterward, I felt like a sucker. I did. I felt like I was taken, bamboozled, hoodwinked. Okay. And I won't do that again by the grace of the Most High. I felt the same way in 1988 when I voted. In 1988, I voted for George Bush. I did. And I felt like a sucker. By 1992, I felt like a sucker. I was like, man, how stupid was I voting for this man? That was dumb. Right. And so when Bill Clinton came around, I didn't look at him twice because I already saw. It's funny, when I first saw Bill Clinton, he was announcing that he was running for president. It was 1991. He was announcing that he was running for president, and he was at a barbecue in Arkansas. This crook, this criminal, this death merchant. He was announcing that he was running for president, and he had on I'll never forget. He had a flannel shirt on. He had a barbecue thing in his hand. It was all staged. Even then, I wasn't as savvy as I am now, and I knew it was staged. I was like, dang. And I told my wife, this is my very words. I said, man, this dude is slick. And later on, they called him Slick Willie. I didn't even know that. But I said, man, this dude, look at him. He looks slick. They got this whole thing staged. Okay? And that's before I actually knew who he was and what he was doing down there in Mena, Arkansas with the cocaine and killing the kids and all that. That's a whole nother story. But I'm telling you, I was convicted. I could never vote for a Democrat because they supported the killing of kids. And I couldn't do it. They supported, even now I can't say the word away, but if I say they supported way back, they supported the alphabet soup. And I never wanted to tie, and they decided to tie alphabet soup to the cause of the black man. I don't know about y'all, but that bothered me a lot. That bothered me a lot. They tried to tie, and then they had, this is when Jesse Jackson lost me in 1988 when he was running for president. He stood at the Democratic National Convention and said, you alphabet soup, you got a good cause and your cause is right, but we got to join together and join our fabric together, and had everybody in the audience crying, talking about joining fabric with us. I was like, man, you lost me, brother. You lost me. You lost me. Okay. Lost me right there. So yeah, I felt like a sucker. I did. I ain't gonna front. Listen, the Bible says the devil deceiveth the whole world, does it not? That means you and me are deceived at some point, are we not? It's no problem. Part of repentance is acknowledging when you've been taken, when you've been hoodwinked, when you've been bamboozled, right? You got to acknowledge they had me. In 88, I was studying finance and economics. I got a degree in finance and economics. And I actually believed in the trickle-down theory. I ain't gonna front. I believed in it. I said, oh, that sounds good. That makes sense. That makes economic sense. I felt like a sucker. I felt like a dummy. I felt like I had been taken afterwards. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And I never voted for another Republican again. Never. Okay. Then came Barack Obama. My man was talking good game, but then I'm looking closely at the situation. I studied the issues and I said, dang, this dude, he into the alphabet soup, man. And I almost wondered, is he really secretly alphabet soup? If he really secretly rainbow? Because he was strong on that rainbow tip. And I was like, nah. But see, I did it because of that day. There was a day when, there's a day when the president gets, when it's official who won, right? That limousine pulls up to the White House and the sitting president meets the incoming president and shakes his hand. I did it just to see that. I'm not going to lie to you. I did it just to see that. I wanted to see that. And it was, my brothers and I were just like, we couldn't believe, we're just watching it. Because like, you see Michelle get out the car, see Barack get out the car. And then you see George Bush and his wife meet them at the house. And I was like, what? And I did it just for that. Just for that. I ain't fronting. Just for that. Okay, I did it just for that. And then afterward, though, by the time 2016 came around, I was like, man, I was a sucker, man. I said, I got played again. I got played. And so, brethren, you know what it is? It's like, I'll be honest, even though in theory, from studying the word, I know that the United States of America is doomed. There's no coming back. I know that it's doomed. But in my heart of hearts, sometimes I wish that somebody that's in power would just repent and show some truth, somebody. And I'm hoping for it, right? But you just never see it because you know it ain't gonna come, man. It ain't gonna come. And I've been taken. I've been hoodwinked. I've been bamboozled too many times now. So I only voted for Democrats one time, and I voted for Republicans one time. After that, it's been somebody else. So I wouldn't vote for any of them ever again. Then these major parties, they're all taken. They're all on the same side. They belong to the same people. It's all about money and greed. It's about money and greed, brethren. The whole thing, the whole sex trafficking thing is about money and greed. The people out here snatching these kids, they don't do it because they care about anything but money. That's what it's about. Okay? Getting money. Using human kids to get money. That's all. That's all it's about. Okay. But that's the truth, man. I mean, you get deceived, man. That's right. You can't, so yeah. But all the nations that participate in the innocent blood, particularly the innocent of the Hebrews, they are going to pay for what they done. Bible just saying. I'm gonna make a full end of all the nations where I've scattered you. I'm just not going to make a full end of you. Okay? That's us, the Hebrews. Okay? He's not going to. And look, I mean, if you look at it in human terms, without the Most High, from what we've been through as a people, we shouldn't exist. We shouldn't exist. For what we have been through as a people, we shouldn't exist. Brazil was killing off males from Africa. By the time they were 21, they were being worked to death in Brazil as slaves. Brazil is the country that took more Hebrew slaves than any other country. Okay. They were worked to death by the time they were 21, literally worked to death, and they would just replace them with new ones. Okay. In America, they did it different than they did in Brazil. See, in Brazil, they were just going through them, and then they go back to the continent and get more and bring them back. But in America, what they did, and then they did it also, the people from the Europe that came to Americas and to the islands, they would breed us. They would breed us with the Indians, breed us with each other, and make more of us by breeding us like they did animals or cattle or anything else. They were breeding us like that and cause us to, and sometimes the master would rape the women and then use that child as a slave sometimes. Sometimes they took them in. Most times they used them as slaves with the other slaves. Okay. And so they were breeding us like that. Okay. So by the time we were 21 in Brazil, you was dead. You was a male, you was dead. The Arabs, the Muslims that people be running to Islam about, they would castrate all the men and rape the women. They would castrate all the men. Okay. Rape the women so that you weren't supposed to have no seed. See? And that was just the beginning. Then when you got here, they would subject you to fear, subject you to murder. We know that. That's just here, right? Not just here, all over. Cut people's arms off, cut their hands off. Okay, we know that. Okay, then when you're supposed to be free, after that, they make you, crush you economically, put you in debt, heavy debt. Isn't that what's going on right now? Most of the debt is with us. They put us in heavy debt. Make the situation. Man, my wife and I were watching yesterday, and they were saying that in this video, it was very interesting that nationwide in the United States, that people, including Caucasians, 65 and over, 32% of Caucasian people 65 and over are in fear of being evicted in the next 2 months. 32%. But here in Florida, it's 80%. 80% of people 65 and over in Florida are in fear of being evicted in the next 2 months. 80%. Okay. So when you see what I'm saying, now the greed is so strong, it's not even just Hebrew. They don't care who they're making $1 off of these days. They don't care who it is. They don't care who it is. Okay. They don't care who they're making $1 off of. It could be anybody. Okay. We're all disposable. That's the truth about it. We're all disposable. Okay. But Hebrews first, the Jew first, and also the Gentile. That's how they doing it. The Jew first, y'all disposable first, and then the Gentile. Because every statistic, the Hebrews are always the ones that catch it the worst. Whether the most heart attacks, the most cancer, the most high blood pressure, the most hypertension, the most overweight. I was sitting here just today. I went to visit my father this morning. By the way, thank you all for your prayers for my dad. He was feeling like trying to get up out of there, get me the hell out of here. But he stood up today. We stood him up a little bit, so he's doing all right. But we were sitting in there, and he's telling me, "You seen the butts on some of these women?" Oh, my daddy. So we sitting in there, right? And I did. I'm noticing the sisters. Some of the sisters are sisters now. They big, man. And I'm thinking, as I told you a few weeks ago, this is the food. Okay, the food is here to dog us. It don't think it's just people being greedy. No, people are under stress, economic stress, and personal stress. More than half the marriage is breaking up. They're under financial stress, personal stress, and so they're reaching to eat things fast, and those things are killing us, okay? Making us big. And I feel bad. I said, these are my sisters. I was thinking about it. I said, these are my sisters. But, you know, I couldn't say if I was single, I would be with one of them because they're too big, man. I'm just saying. And it's the food. They're trying to do this to us. Okay, they're killing us. They know what they're doing. Okay, it's no accident. They know what they're doing. And then my father even said, my father said, even the white women. And that's what I'm saying to y'all. The greed knows no bounds. The greed knows no bounds, brethren. It knows no bounds, man. They don't care anymore what color it is. Because all of us in the same below them economic strata, they'll kill all of us. They'll use us and kill us. Okay, period. End of story. Okay, that's how it is. And they showed this Caucasian woman in Florida. Her husband died, and when her husband died, they had 2 Social Securities coming in, and when he died, they only had 1. And she said, I can't believe it. I have to go to welfare. I have to go to welfare. And she said, I'm just not used to it. I never had. And see, that's what they're doing these days. They don't care. They don't care. Yeah, they don't. You understand? They don't care. You understand? So the food is killing us. The stress is killing us. Again, go back to the Most High. He will guide us in the way we should go. I gave you my testimony. I went through all kinds of diets. And I always try to base it on something I'm reading in the Word. But my misunderstanding of the Word caused me to mess up or learn. And then my body is changing, but I'm going by the Word. And there's certain principles I go by the Word. And so in terms of diet, I said, okay, Adam ate fruit. So I started eating fruit. But then I couldn't eat fruit no more. My stomach started getting messed up. And we went vegan. My wife started getting messed up in her stomach and all that. And we realized we got to eat. The doctor said, you got to eat some chicken. You got to eat some eggs. You got to get some protein. We said, okay. And my wife was reluctant. She was just feeling sick and will keep being sick. But I started eating it. I said, I'm going to do it. And then we seen in the Word that after sin, the Most High modified the diet till you get to the nation. And he tells the nation, these are the things you can eat and these are the things you shouldn't eat. That hasn't changed. Okay, he's given us the diet. And now we know that in every area of life, whatever you're getting as a food stuff has been tainted. Everything. So you just do the best you can. You know what I'm saying? Especially here in America. I can't speak on other countries, but my wife and I visited Mexico, and there was things she could eat in Mexico she can't eat here. My daughters and my son-in-law went to Barcelona, Spain, and there was things they could eat in Barcelona that they can't eat here. So every piece of fruit, every vegetable, all the meat, it's tainted. You just do the best you can. My wife and I, we buy organic, as far as the meat. We're fortunate that everybody can afford that. We're blessed we could do it. We buy organic meats. Okay. We get organic vegetables. My wife wants blueberries. I can't even eat them right now, but I get organic blueberries. Now, me, myself, I sometimes, I'll be honest, I'll be like, man, I don't care if it's organic. If I want it, I get it. But I try, when it comes to the meat now, I try to keep it organic as much as I can. I search for the organic meat and I'll put that. And then I'll boil the meat. And then, before we cook it, I'll boil it. Make sure all the blood's out of it. Put some apple cider vinegar in there. And I try to do my best that I can. I know it's still tainted, but I'm doing the best that I can. You understand? I'm trying to stay away from all the sugar. I know they were killing me and my daddy with the sugar. We both I got it from him. Sugar, man. My wife, when I was talking today, I said, right now, if I can have whatever I want with no physical kickback on me, if it wasn't going to hurt me, either give me a fruit pie, an apple pie or blueberry pie, something like that, or some wine. That's all to me. But right now, I'm not messing with either of it because I'm trying to get my body back together. So I'm not messing with none of it, right? But if you tell me I could have something and it wasn't going to kick back on me, give me either my wife, especially when she makes a homemade pie, my gosh. So I can't eat it though, so I leave it alone. Or give me some wine, some fruit wine. I'm good. But I can't do it right now, see? Because the stuff hurts you. It's hurting me. So I got to leave it alone. Okay? Got to leave it alone. Praise the Most High. Okay, but you go out. I'm always trying to stick with the word. I found intermittent fasting in the word. I found, when we get to the New Jerusalem, it's going to be all good. It's going to be all good, isn't it? It's going to be all good. When we get to New Jerusalem, it's going to be all good, man. It's going to be all good. All good. But here, shoot, man, I was so happy when we moved down here in terms of right down the road, about 5 miles down the road, there was this fruit stand and they would get the fruits from Florida and Georgia and all these southern states and Mexico. And I was like, until my stomach started. Also, one day I had to quit because my stomach, I was doubled over in pain that whole day. And all I had eaten was fruits. I used to be able to eat fruits as much as I want. Can't do it no more. Can't do it. My wife would tell you, I take a whole thing of bananas, a whole branch of bananas, ripen it up, and that'd be like lunch. I would do that. And I was feeling great, but can't do it no more. Can't do it no more. They didn't put too much sugar in there or something. I can't do it no more. Okay. It is what it is, man. Between me getting older and them messing with the food. And that was organic banana. That wasn't even that wasn't even no MGO or whatever, modified or no, I would get organic bananas. And I pay heavy money for them, and I get cases of them, and I'd be just eating it like that. Or my wife would tell you I get a case of oranges and just go through the whole case, man. I can't do it no more. When we get to the New Jerusalem, be all good then. Can't do it no more. Can't do it. I used to do that, man. Shoot. Shucks, man. I'll be young. People the Daniels, the listen to your body, she could tell you. She was there. My wife would tell you. I used to do that. But I can't do it no more. So now I got to go by what the Most High is teaching me, what I got to do in this scenario. Now, also, we have to also remember, I really believe when we pray over our food, he will bless our food. As long as we're doing the best we can. Don't ask to pray over some Twinkies and think he's going to bless you with the Twinkies. You understand? You know that's junk. But if you get the best that you could get, and this is what you got, and you know it's tainted, and just ask the Most High to bless it, he will take care of you. Matter of fact, that's what the word says. He said, I will bless your food, and I will take away sickness from the midst of you, right? I mean, that's what he said. He said, I will bless your food and your water, and I will take away sickness from the midst of you. I wish I could find that. He said, I will bless your food and water, and I'll take away sickness from the midst of you. That's his promise, man. So he'll bless it if you're doing the best that you can. So I know my wife and I, when I'm eating chicken, it's organic chicken. If I'm eating chicken, I know something is not right. I know it is. I don't know what it is, but I just pray over it. I know he's going to bless us the best I got. I'm eating the best that I can. Okay, I'm eating the best that I can. If I get vegetables, we wash them, we do the best we can. We spoil the vegetables, whatever. We try to do the best that we can. I'm trying to keep the sugar low, keep the protein and fat content healthy and higher, and just go with that. And I'm being blessed. I try to keep a window where I'm eating. I decided for the new year to get real strict with that. So it's like 10 to 4, But really now I'm real comfortable 10 to 2. Real comfortable. Matter of fact, I gotta go eat something after we finish here. But I'm real comfortable 10 to 2 now. But I give myself 10 to 4 for 30 days at least through January. See how I feel. I'm already feeling good. Yeah, he's gonna. Yeah, remember that, Brother Gary Joseph? We were talking about that. Yeah, he's gonna bless your food and your water. It's Exodus 23. Yeah, and he said, "I'll take away sickness from the midst of thee." That's right. And let me see. Let me find that. So bless you. Is it 23, brother? Where is it? 23? You sure? There it is. Yeah. Exodus 23, 25. Yep. Exodus 23, 25. That's it. And ye shall serve Yahweh your most high, and he shall bless thy bread and thy water, and I will take away sickness from the midst of thee. That's a promise of the most high. So I depend on that. So we eat the best that we can, and he will bless the food that you're doing the best that you can. He will bless your food. He will bless it. And then, when something is hurting you, like when I eat a piece of fruit and my stomach hurts, I got to leave it alone. Okay. That's to me, the Most High saying to me, not everybody, but me, I got to leave it alone. Okay. I got to leave it alone. Most of the time, brethren, I know for myself, when I'm not in shape, when I'm not in the best physical shape I can be, I know what it is. Like, I know what it is. Like, because I'm stiff neck Hebrew. So there's some things I just refuse to give up. See, it took me a long time to give up fruit. My wife said, "I'm afraid you're going to put more weight on you, start eating a lot of fruit." I said, "I don't care. I'm not giving up my fruit." And then my stomach started hurt. Most I said, "You giving up the fruit." Right? So then I said, okay. So I was eating no sugar. I was eating good. I'm doing, healthy meats and vegetables. But you know what? I'm having my wine there going. I would have my wine. I said, I'm going to have my wine, man. Especially when I found out I could put apple cider vinegar in it and it doesn't bother my stomach. But then, I started getting a little pot belly. What you say? My wife said, panchito, Panchito. So I said, oh man, I'm getting the Panchito. I know it's because of the wine, but dang, I don't care. I like the wine. But then, so I said, I gotta give up this man. If I got this Pancita. That's right. I gotta decide if I can want the Pancita or do I want to get in shape. And I said, okay, let me try to get in shape. So for now, not permanent. I'm gonna tell you right now, not permanent. But for now, I'm gonna leave the wine alone. A couple months, let myself get in a little shape. My wife like the way I look, That's all. That's the way it is, man. I ain't gonna front. Yeah, see, so you gotta, I ain't gonna front. I got some vanity too, shoot. Told my wife, man, I gotta go for the beach bar. I got the dad bar down pat. I gotta go for the beach bar. I got grandpa that bar. I go down pat. I gotta go for the beach bar. So we gonna go for that. Me. So got my little Callies. Praise the Most High, man. So, yeah. So anyway, I know I you ain't joking. Man. See, the grace of the Most High, man. If it wasn't for him, I probably would be a clown. I'd be out here clowning somewhere. But praise the Most High for his grace upon us, right? So, all right, we're going to stop here. We're going to come back. We done talked about the innocent blood. We went through some very heavy topics, as you've seen. I'm glad we can end this part on a light note. Praise the Most High. So right now we're going to take a break. We'll come back in about an hour at about 1:40. We'll come back and we'll do part 2 of Deuteronomy chapter 21. It's going to be an interesting part, talking about being unequally yoked or equally yoked or whatever. You're going to see Deuteronomy chapter 21. Praise the Most High Yahweh. Love to all the brethren, all of my brothers. We were fortunate we were able to break bread with Imam Bakash and his wife and his son and some of their friends. And brother is Castillo. Last week we were able to break some bread at his crib, and we enjoyed ourselves. Praise the Most High. And his wife, man, she's I don't know what she does, but she's like a professional caterer. She had that food out there, catered style, man. It was something else, man. So we enjoyed it. Praise the Most High. And by the grace of the Most High, not only will we do that again here on the planet, but in the kingdom, we're going to be continually breaking bread together and giving praise to the Most High. Yeah. May the Most High bless you and keep you. May he cause his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May he lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. Shalom.